Jolan true Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates, most modern Fleet Admiral Tier to the battleship RAS Fides as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets, and oh, what a single episode can do to your impression of the universe. We managed to secure up the major lines over here with our starbase SS 11-5 in the last episode, and the Federation looks to be in much more dire straits than I had given ourselves credit for. Although I still do contend that most of the Federation heartland of production is somewhere around here, but they are nowhere near in as strong a position as I thought they were. So, let us kick off and continue the siege and see how much damage we can do, and of course, we shall accept the planetary assault. How could we not? This is exactly what we were designed to do. And, to be frank, the King Condor is a fantastic planetary sieger. I mean, pretty much anything with super heavy plasma torpedoes is going to be. But still, the twin Rs, the twin and triple S's that we throw out at a planet, we crunch down shields like it's nobody's business. Speaking of which, let's immediately set our plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode. Keep the speed low and light so that we can immediately begin working on our electronic warfare systems. Our electronic countermeasures set to a power level of 2, and our electronic countermeasures set to a power level of 4 to deal with the enemy that we are currently facing. We are currently joined by the B-11, aka Dim Slayer. An interesting name for such a powerful vessel, but I will not complain. B-11s are very, very powerful. Currently squaring off against a BBX. So the full and gun power, firepower of the Federation Navy. They did not go with the carrier. They've decided they've lost too many of those and are going to stop sending them our way. However, they are supported by another battleship. This one is also a BBX, so we have a BBX division. So two fully armed and firepowerful battleships ready to kick our butt and try and take our names. We will of course not allow them to do so. Now granted, the BB-11X that we're currently being escorted by probably would have a really hard time with one of these dreadnoughts. Maybe not. I mean, we didn't spend a whole heck of a lot of time in the higher end Klingon dreadnought territory, but I would imagine that the more powerful photon torpedoes and the more numerous phaser Gatlings would really make up for the fact that this bird's got a heck of a lot more missiles. Could be wrong, but I really feel that way. Let's square off against our opponent, and we'll begin to turn. We need to get a little bit of a distance in between us, make sure that they are outside mutual support range, as we are more than capable of just mobbing this dreadnought all on our own. No concerns whatsoever there. Double check. Yep, we are still down a single pseudo-frigate from the last mission. It was a convoy mission. We launched our pseudo-frigates to harass a dreadnought, forgetting the fact that pilots during a convoy mission apparently have lost all sense of proportion and reason, and they charged right over a dreadnought, who wiped one completely off the face of the planet. Or space. So, pulling out in this direction, he is starting to lean our way, I do believe. Oh, nope, he's turning right back in. They're going to try and focus on the B-11, but that could be a huge mistake. There goes the photon torpedoes. They're both focusing on the Dim Slayer. Dim Slayer returning fire, and this is putting us in an excellent engagement position. We will be able to come at them from the sides, rip apart their side shields, and tear them open. So coming in at a reasonable angle. This does make our pseudo-plasma torpedoes not quite so effective at scaring from long range, because they will be traveling away from us. So we are going to have to close the range up a little bit more than I would like, but that will be acceptable. And fire pseudo-plasma torpedoes. I didn't realize you were turning into me. I got blinded by the light of the gorgeous nebula back there. USS Antares. And have you responded appropriately? You have? Yes? Yes, there it is. So he has responded appropriately and deployed his shuttle. There it is. Little and tiny and small, and we are slowing right down so that we can ensure a good and proper hit on the Antares. All plasma torpedoes are selected, getting ready to absolutely rip him apart. Although if you wouldn't mind shooting the shuttle, that'd be really cool. Antares is starting to pick up the speed, and will be vulnerable momentarily, although because of his acceleration rate, we're going to have to keep this a little bit low for a little while. Incoming photon torpedoes did not manage to get through our shield reinforcement. Excellent. And we're getting a little bit too close for comfort. We will have to fire relatively shortly. Our shield reinforcement is standing us in good stead, and can I engage it? Firing everything at him, and that immediately prompted the response of try and save myself, which did not work. Oh, and then he got tractor beamed. What a horrible day for you. Keep turning and pick up the speed. Keep turning and pick up the speed. Also, try not to shoot yourself with that expanding plasma torpedo. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we took quite a bit of a hit from that one, but it's going to be worth it for the 50 damage that got through. Start to pull away. Make sure we set our plasma torpedoes back to normal mode. We do need the power. And we'll set the phaser capacitor down to a level I want. Energy, I need it now. And big mine. The timing of that big mine was a little bit interesting. He has managed to gut down one of our shields. This is an interesting shield because we needed to turn in that direction. Phaser Gatlings, of course, being incredibly powerful pieces of equipment, and he is being able to very deftly handle that. Come on, more speed. Pour it on. Let's go around our mine, give ourselves a little bit of defense here. We are still operating under defense shift. Our electronic countermeasures are more than capable of handling whatever he's throwing out at us. Unfortunately, he is going to have photon torpedoes very shortly, and that's going to suck. Let's stay on top of our repairs, not get too far behind. Patch the engines, patch a Phaser X, which is always important to have. They're very useful and important weapons. Photon torpedoes, both missed. We're going to keep coming around here. And how much energy do I have to shove back into the engines? 13.1. We'll kick it up one more, just so we're going to a speed of about 20. I do want to cut past this mine, because I want to get away from this shield. Our plasma torpedoes will be ready shortly, too, which will be a fairly big boon. So he has deployed several fighters, and we took a photon torpedo hit. However, the other one did miss, so he's still not being all that accurate, although his electronic countermeasures have managed... Oh, they used to be managing to handle our defense shift, but he doesn't have the power to charge his weapons, run, and fight. So we are lined up, ready to rock. Let's spit a R-type plasma torpedo in his direction. I have no doubt that he will wild weasel that, if he's at all capable. So we will prepare for a follow-up barrage with the rest of our plasma torpedoes. We probably should go enveloping, just because he's still at full shield status. And at this range, you won't be... Oh, yes you will. Oh, I got too eager. Too eager, and that's a wasted round of shooting. Target the fighters. Let's kill them all. Keep shooting. Don't let them get away. Okay, all of his fighters are dealt with. Unfortunately, the Washington executed an excellent maneuver, tricking us into firing just a hair early. And now we've lost 2 more shields. Relatively good shape. We're just patching up a couple of labs here. And a nice hit chunking down more of his shield. I really don't want to take the energy to charge up the enveloping plasma torpedoes, as powerful as they are. From this current position, I kind of want the maneuverability more, which, as we come around, is exactly what we needed. We'll slow down, kick more energy into the shield and the engine charge system, or maybe not. We don't need it. Phaser capacitor is at full charge because we're only using a couple of phasers every time we fire, although we are going to use quite a few here. So he started using his rear-firing photon torpedoes and trying to cause as much damage as he can, set the phasers to overload. He did also engage the Dim Slayer with his Gatling phasers, but it didn't appear to do much. Or maybe I misheard that. So we're steadily closing in on him. We will chunk through this stern shield basically in one shot, and that will take away pretty much all of his maneuvering options. He's in a bad place right now. He is, however, still accelerating, which is somewhat impressive to me, because I would not expect you to be accelerating under these conditions. More photon torpedo fire, not able to find any purchase. Our defense shift is still active, so he's not able to get a proper firing solution on us. And we're still accelerating towards him, and he appears to be capped at a speed of 17.8, which, yep, has started falling now that the Dim Slayer is getting in past his shields. Klingon vessels doing what Klingon vessels do best, harassing the flanks, causing damage in places that they shouldn't be. Our defensive plasma torpedoes are engaging, hoping to take advantage of a couple of openings. Hit him with the phasers and follow up with all the currently ready plasma. I don't know if anything will be ready to get through that, but you won't be able to slow down in time. Good hits right there. Come around with the stern firing weapons. Another plasma torpedo right into him. Only 30 damage there, but it'll be enough to cause a nice significant chunk out of him, and we can fire through with the rest of the phasers. We'll continue to arc away. I don't want to get in front of him, because that would be really, really dangerous. And he is now currently counteracting my defense shield, which is an interesting choice. We'll start slowing down, see if we can't get some energy into those R-type plasma torpedoes so we can fire them by the end of this battle. And a nice disruptor blast from the Dim Slayer, able to get all of its shots in through. Granted, it's not a huge amount of damage, but hey, damage nonetheless, especially when he's as low as he is. Prepare an R-type plasma torpedo. We'll take the long-range shot as soon as we can. Didn't need to. So all plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode. Slow down so that we can start charging the really heavy weapons. A planet is now our target. Send a probe its way. Let's find out exactly what we're dealing with, although this is just PL-14, so it won't have any real defenses, which is excellent from our perspective because, yeah, we could just soar right in. No concerns at all. The The enveloping plasma torpedoes, however, still will be a fantastic boon to just trying to crunch down the number of people on the planet. We will be able to deal a hilarious amount of damage. So soaring on in here, enveloping plasma torpedoes mostly charged, and one more torpedo. It's the stern firing one, so it's not going to be super useful, but it's there. We will not be able to make use of it in this. The nuclear space mine has detonated. It did buy us a decent amount of time during the battle, so was useful from a positional standpoint, and also saved us the cost of a mine, which is always nice because you get the nuclear space mine for free. Pulling in towards the planet, the only thing defending it is a couple of asteroid defense lasers, or phasers, I suppose, and we'll start to slow down because we have a horrible acceleration rate and a just as bad braking rate. Long-range fire coming out from the Dim Slayer, plinking away, only dealing 4 damage to the planet, but that's kind of expected from that range. The planet is not putting out any sort of attack or defense shift whatsoever, and good shots from the disruptors, 8 more damage. Let's go all the way to stop and prepare to crash stop if we get closer than 5.99. We're going to sit there, mainly because that's transporter range. 6, and we may actually drift a little closer. 4.99 is just as well, because that'll mean our phasers will be in a tighter bracket. And a little bit closer, that's fine, and park. There we go. And the reason we did this is so that we can do this. Okay, and now prepare the overloaded phasers. We're going to stack up the damage tall here. Couldn't quite get it all in one blast, but we just did 429 damage. Oh, that's beautiful. How many Marines do they have left on the planet? 2. Go, boys. Take me a planet. So yeah, 1 shelling. If you don't have shields, you're down to nothing. Just wait for our people. There's the planet. Planet captured. Mission complete. Excellent work all around. Squaring off against 2 battleships. Well, in 2 battleships, so I suppose it's not that crazy. How much prestige was that worth, though? Hopefully a lot. 450. 95. 495 is a very nice amount. Didn't take the planet. Wasn't really expecting to. Kind of was hoping. Didn't expect to it. Pop back for another mission, and it's a shipyard assault. The considerably less entertaining version of the siege missions. Planetary assaults are fun, because, you know, planets. Shipyard assaults are annoying. And immediately we're squaring off against 2 dreadnoughts, and we are not escorted by anything. Battleship and battleship. Yeah, I'm thinking a no. Yeah, I'm really thinking a no. But maybe. We currently have enough prestige to immediately rebuy a King Condor if we die. Do we try? Do we try? I think we do. I think we very much must. It will only be for a little while. But if we can pull this off, we can put a very large feather in our cap on this one. So we're going to give this a shot. Forward shields to reinforcement. ECM systems are currently working. Cycle the battery, make sure that it doesn't get taken up. Phasers, overload. Plasma torpedoes, set to enveloping. And we are going to need the pseudo-frigates. We're also going to need speed on this one, so let's get up on top of him, cause as much havoc and damage as we can. If we can cripple him before the fight starts in earnest, then we can win this battle. Because then it'll be just us versus a battleship, and we didn't get a good first shot. Which I do believe is something that we can win. Oh, we can't go that fast because we're still turning and a half away from having our plasma torpedoes charged up. We also need a little bit of power into that forward shield so they can absorb the incoming photon torpedo fire, which is any second now. Yep, here comes the incoming fire. And range of 15. Plasma torpedoes. Prepare the pseudos. Select R, select S, select S. These pseudos are the ones I want. Turn. So he's fired off his main shelling. We are beginning our turn off in the direction. It'll mean that it takes him longer to get to us. It'll also mean that we'll be heading towards him when the actual engagement occurs. He did respond in the way we were hoping. He's going to deploy a Wild Weasel. He's also used up his phaser Gatlings. All of those should be recharged by the time we turn back in. We'll open fire with a Plasma F to try and bait out any more close-range phaser fire that he's got available. Our point defense system hopefully can deal with this, especially if we're sort of in this chase position. He's up to a speed of 2, and fire the pseudo-torpedo as soon as we hit a range of 10. Incoming photon torpedo fire, long range, couple of number of good hits. Pseudo torpedo, and everything else now. That's everything we've got going for it. Prepare to follow up with phasers immediately. And we're at a really good angle for this. Shields are gone. Lay into him with 104 damage. Tractor defenses are active. Shut off the tractor defense. We don't need it. We'll bounce that one. Keep coming around. We did take a hit through the hull. Plasma torpedoes. And took a little bit of fire to the face. But I'm relatively happy. We did lose a couple of systems here, but we've dealt quite a blow to him so far. Plasma torpedoes back to normal mode. We can't afford to be on anything else. Phasers, close range. Come on. I know that we've got close range phaser firepower here. There we go. Blinking away. Kind of need to keep the speed up here. That's why that's a lot of photon torpedo fire. Repair work. Stay on top of this. Don't fall behind at all. Patch you. I'm content to leave the plasma off. So keep his shields down. Let's pull away from him. Yeah, I was worried about that. Stern shields. Let's get those to reinforcement now. Not that we have any real energy to do that. Phaser capacitor set down to half. We don't need that charge rate. Okay, managing to block quite a few amounts of firepower. We are did have a defense shift of 1. Not so much anymore. Big mine. We need to keep the distance a little bit. We need time to recharge, and we're not recharging the heavy plasma torpedoes right now. Incoming missiles. We need to keep an eye on that. And start flying wide of this. Phasers handling the enemy incoming fire without any problems at all. Excellent. He's fired just as we're turning, so we will be able to get this free turn off without having to worry about the down shield. Keep the repairs going. Oh, we're down to 75 power, down from 84. That's going to be important. So we got to keep that high. I can't afford to be revealing that side if we're not going to be able to outturn them. He's going at a speed of 22, which means he's fully committed to this chase. Hopefully that'll mean he doesn't have a lot of energy for other systems, such as, accurate fire. Make sure that we're patching everything important. And yeah, the incoming missiles are nice, but ooh, you're down to a speed of 8.5. That means significant internal damage. Get a mine out here. I need more time. We're just working to buy some time here. So let's keep our weakened sides away from him, because he's slowly repairing, but we have time. I would like to go for an enveloping plasma torpedo, but I'm not quite going to risk that. Not yet anyway. Increase the speed 1 more point. We don't need to be as slow as we are. Okay, missing from a whole bunch of his photon torpedoes. We're going to build out the distance here. We want to separate him and spread him out, and as long as he's reduced in speed, we can do that. He's rushing in at full tilt. Our plasma torpedoes are ready to go. Unfortunately, they're not enveloping plasma torpedoes. If they were, oh, that'd be a beautiful shot. All right, let's start turning in now. Slow down. No, we can't afford to slow down. Plasma torpedoes, pseudos, everything you've got. Come on, give me an angle. I need a pseudo torpedo. All of them. There we go. Pseudo plasma torpedo right to the face. In fact, all plasma torpedoes from this range, there will be no stopping it. Yeah, he's not going to get down to speed in time, I'm sure of it. He got down partially to speed. Crap. Open him up with the phasers. Increase speed. Go into cloak. So we do need to cloak. We need to buy ourselves a little bit of time. Pull out of this one. And is that an incoming scatter pack? No, it's just an incoming missile barrage, which we are not in a position to defend against. Come on. Burn off of some more of those. Stern shield's currently holding. Burn off more of them. Nope, it doesn't look like it. We are going to take some hits, and it's going to be not great. System damage. We need repairs on the engines. We are 6 points of energy down. However, we are relatively well defended. Keep turning. Keep bailing around. Drop another mine. We just need to build a little bit of distance here. Build a little bit of defense. Because we are down on a lot of our shields. You're mostly opened up on part of the ship. But I need to get outside of your side and or forward arc. In order to do that, I'm going to have to cross through you. Give me another mine here. He's not giving any accurate photon torpedo fire, but that's expected. We have no power to shunt into auxiliary systems because of the cloak. And you just ran into the mine. Which is an interesting choice to make. We are just taking a beating here. I need more repair on that engine work. I want to come out of cloak to shoot him, but if we do, we're dead. Kill him, and hope that we've deployed you with enough distance. Go. Oh, we can't launch... I forgot. We can't launch them while we're cloaked. Wait for him to fire. We'll come out of cloak. We'll open fire with our plasma torpedoes. That was a hit we didn't need to take. Come on, shoot. Shoot! Another mine. Keep mines a-going. All the mines all over the place. We really want to mess with their pathfinding. We only have a stern-type firing plasma torpedo right now. That's one set of phaser fire. That's his photon torpedoes. And we do need to wait for his photon torpedoes if he turns into us. He's not. Come on, a cloak. Tractor defense is on. It's a race to see if these missiles hit. Oh, the tractor came on just in time. You, everything I've got, phasers. Not a whole lot of phasers. You, plasma torpedoes. Yeah, there it goes. And, oh, we lost the shuttle bay. Gosh darn it, that's the whole reason we came out of cloak. Not good. We are actually in a terrible position right now. Keep the repair work going. In fact, cloak. We're gone. Come on, you can cloak. Oh, no, we can't. Not as long as we're hanging on to this. Hey, any phaser? Hit that. Cloak. Oh, you're holding on to me now. That's really not good. Repel beam. Kick it going. And keep the repair work going. Because we really need to let go, like right now. Marines, let's go and wipe out this tractor. Ow. Don't. Gosh darn it. Wow. We are not going to make it out of this one. We just do not have enough power to cloak. Oh, that was tough. I thought we were doing pretty well up until they started getting in good photon torpedo hits. After the second pass, where we fired our plasma torpedoes into the second dreadnought, that's kind of where things went away. I suppose we should have focused on a single battleship and ignored everything else. Unfortunately, we have lost our very large and powerful vessel. However, if I'm not mistaken, if there is another dreadnought here, there is not. So we may be stuck in the Lunas Duo for a little while, which according to this is a Rock X, which I believe we were using rocks for a little while. Not you. Dreadnought. Cycle backwards. Through all the monitors, the King Condors. Rocks. The Rock X, the Romulan optimized Condor, is equipped with a single R-type plasma torpedo, 2 S-type plasma torpedoes, 2 F-type plasma torpedoes, 4 Phaser 3s, and 9 Phaser Xs, and once again carries 4 fighters. With a movement ratio of 1.5, we're back into our light dreadnought for a little while. We'll get back into the King Condor in relatively short order, I have no doubt of that. Until then, we're going to have to skulk around in a somewhat smaller dreadnought for a little while. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.